Hey ladies and gents, welcome back to my channel, Serenity. My name is Prashil, and in today's video we're going to be doing something a little more special. So as you can probably already tell from the title, I'm going to be paying homage to the king. So for those of you who don't know about Chadwick Boseman's passing, it happened many weeks ago, and it affected many people all over the world, including myself. And I was going to post this video a while back, but I thought, I just didn't want to seem like I was trying to capitalize off of it, so I thought, you know what, I'll wait it out for a bit and then I'll film it later on, which is now. For those of you who don't already know, Chadwick Boseman, he was, this big movie star, but he was a lot more than just a hero on screen. He was beyond that. What he stood for, in terms of black culture, black pride, things about, these kind of movements, which is something I can personally relate to because, I'm of color as well. The illustrious career that Chadwick Boseman had and the decisions he made revolving around his career, the choices that he made and the way he chose to live his life is something of a testament to how great of a person he was. Which brings us back to today's video. And initially I thought I was only going to just do a drawing and then, put some music and that would be it. But I thought, what, that wouldn't be doing it justice. And so, as the saying goes, a life is only worth living if it's worth talking about. And I think his life is definitely worth talking about. So in this video, not only is it going to be me drawing the iconic Black Panther character that he portrayed, but also I'm going to be talking about, what made him so great. And yeah, let's get into this video. Chadwick Boseman's genius was to embody black pride in all its forms, and we're going to find out how he did it. Chadwick Boseman grew up in South Carolina and had a passion for the fine arts and clearly showed an aptitude for it. This was shown through him finding early success as a stage actor, writer, and director. He had performed in a number of stage productions, including Breathe, Romeo and Juliet, Bootleg Blues, Zoom In, and Willie's Cut and Shine. He even won an Odelco Award for his role as the teen EJ in the 2002's Urban Transitions' Loose Blossoms, a play by Ron Milner about a struggling African-American family pulled in by the temptation of fast cash. He's also worked as part of the Hip Hop Theatre Festival and has written the plays Hieroglyphic Graffiti, Deep Azure, and Rhyme Deferred. Additionally, he has directed a number of stage productions as well as short films such as Blood Over a Broken Pawn. And this was just scratching the surface of his ambition to make his mark in the industry. It's important to note that this is all before he even started landing gigs on TV shows and films, which was already an extraordinary feat for any young actor. He then went on to attend Howard University in Washington, D.C., graduating with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Directing. And in 2018, he gave a commencement speech at Howard and received an honorary degree, a Doctor of Humane Letters. He then attended the British American Drama Academy in Oxford, England, which is crazy when you think about it in the way that life works, because this so just happened to be funded by the Denzel Washington. He then went on to make a name for himself in the mid-2000s with guest spots on crime dramas like Third Watch and CSI NY, and on the soap opera All My Children. Additionally, he was one of the performers for the award-winning audio version of the 2005 novel Upstate by Kalisha Buchanan. In 2008, Boseman rose to prominence by landing a recurring role as Nathaniel Ray on the ABC family drama Lincoln Heights. And this show focused on a suburban family who relocated to the urban community where the police officer patriarch was raised. Around 2008, we also saw Boseman appearing in Gary Flitter's The Express, a sports biopic about renowned running back Ernie Davis, who played during the civil rights era, with Boseman featured as fellow running back Floyd Little. Boseman would then land his next prominent role as Graham McNair, a Muslim sergeant on the 2010 NBC summer thriller Persons Unknown. On this series, 7 people are kidnapped and trapped in a town by an unknown entity, and it's his job to figure out why. Around 2012, Boseman won the lead role in the Jackie Robinson biopic 42, which tells the story of the legendary baseball player who broke huge racial barriers by becoming the first African American to play in the majors in the 20th century. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm starting to see a bit of a pattern here in the roles that Chadwick Boseman chooses and the way he tends to portray these characters, which is honestly a testament to just how great he was. Now, in 2014, he was named the Male Star of Tomorrow by the National Association of Theatre Owners, During this time as well, Boseman was also working on another high-profile project. He had just signed on to portray music legend James Brown in Get On Up, a story that producer Brian Grazer had spent years trying to bring to the big screen. He was finally able to get the movie going with help from none other than Mick Jagger himself. I mean, if that isn't so cool, then I don't know what is. Now, the movie, directed by Tate Taylor, follows Brown through his personal struggles and successes. Boseman had to master the fast and furious footwork that the Godfather of Soul was famous for in the film. And according to an interview, he even said that becoming James Brown was a huge challenge, but also a very intense and rewarding experience. Now, around 2016, Boseman had joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe with his appearance in the superhero ensemble blockbuster Captain America: Civil War. He played T'Challa, King of Wakanda, who becomes the powerful Black Panther. Now, following a return to dramatic fare with Thurgood, which came out in 2017, about a case early in the legal career of Justice Thurgood Marshall, Boseman was ready for his superhero close-up in Black Panther. The film not only shattered box office records upon its February 2018 release, raking in an estimated $218 million domestically over the 4-day President's Day weekend. It went on to earn an Academy Award nomination for Best Picture. Now, having already proven himself to the world and cemented his great legacy, Boseman next starred in 21 Bridges, which came out in 2019 as an NYPD detective on the hunt for 2 cop killers. Boseman's Black Panther later rejoined Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, and the other Marvel superheroes on screen for Avengers: Infinity War in 2018 and Avengers: Endgame in 2019. And it was an absolute thrill to see him as Black Panther. He reflected the ownership of self that white America still has a hard time embracing. Well, what do I actually mean by this? And the thing is, early in 2003, following his breakout role of the first season of The Wire, a 16-year-old Michael B. Jordan joined the cast of the ABC soap opera All My Children. Now, why is this relevant? Well, it turns out that role was actually turned down by Chadwick Boseman because he thought it was too stereotypical of a black teenager at the time. And this just shows the kind of mindset he was in, even at an early, we're talking 2003, at an early age. He knew what he wanted to do, and he knew how he wanted to cement his legacy. He wouldn't just sell out to any role that he felt would jeopardize what his inner beliefs were. And I think that deserves a lot of credit. Now, I'm not trying to take away anything from Michael B. Jordan, he's a great actor. But seeing as Boseman had some issues with the way Reggie Porter, the character of the soap opera, was written using racial stereotypes. I mean, he was a gang member that was adopted into one of the families. And now, just seeing this, seeing how this all played out, really ties into the idea of self-ownership. Because during that time, this was 2003, Boseman wasn't, a high-profile actor. He just started out. And making a decision like that could have cost him his career. It could have, set him back a bit. But despite this, he chose to do what he believed in, which I personally think is pretty neat. So this is pretty much the finished product. And I had a lot of fun making this, but the video isn't over just yet. I've actually got one more surprise for you guys and girls. So this is kind of more of the iconic shot with Chadwick Boseman, and yeah, I would love to actually have documented this, the kind of, my journey creating this, but it was, this took me, well over 2 hours. I think it was like 2.5 or something, and I'm still not even done. So yeah, that would be a really long video, which I don't want to bore anyone with, so yeah. So this is why I think Chadwick Boseman was so great, and I think that his legacy will live on forever. And there's a saying that, heroes are remembered, but legends never die. And I think with a legacy like this, he'll be talked about for generations to come. I hope you enjoy this video, guys. You know what to do.